not two overweight people in the middle of on both sides.
You know, you are once again. You're a prodigy. I just want to say you're going to be the last talent I've discovered. I'm not going to be around in 45, 50 years. I'm probably not going to live to $110. But I will say, I think I've jump-started you. I don't know. You call everybody. I know Gaffney likes you. Everybody likes you. But something special I'm noticing about you. You got this? You don't even know it because it's too early for you to figure it out. You're like... you know these child guitar players that come up in the old days with the Allman Brothers? They come up with this butch trucks, and then somewhere along the line they find it. About 3 of these guys. They come up as kids. You're like that. You're a kid in talk radio. Your real age is like 24, right? So in real world, you're about 19. You know, as far as the world goes, you're about a 19-year-old, which is the apex of all of your nuclei. Your brain, your reflexes, your thoughts, your everything is at its apex right now. The rest of your life is capturing who you are now, holding on to it, and seeing if you could do anything with it at all. Good, bad, or indifferent, take you, who you are, plant it on the frickin' society for the better, then you have to be diligent and you'll make a living. Then you make a handsome living that you won't apologize for. You won't be at some barbecue going, oh, you know, I was going to be a dentist. It's easy money. I know a guy now. He's killing it. He's going to Vegas every weekend. He's got a Porsche. You don't want to be that guy. That's the worst guy to be in America, envious. So this is why you're good at the subjects here. You got every topic for the everyman. And I also like that you're ethnic, that you come out of this Providence with the voice. You know, Howie Carr made a fortune off of that pronunciation, the whole thing.
Still is. He's on Newsmax every day,
He's great. Oh, come on. I just saw him 3 weeks ago in person. I love Howie.
Oh, wow.
Howie loves me. He goes every time he sees me. He does what Larry King does. They all do the same thing. These old guys, when they see me, they perk up for like 20 seconds. Cheekbones come up, and I'm very not accommodating. I'm very affectionate toward these old dudes. I always tell them, guess who is going to be on this show? You won't believe it. You love Howie Carr. You know who Larry King is. I'm having Barry Farber on. That is one of the. Come on, man. That's Eric Clapton. That is Eric Clapton. He's not the Beatles. He's Eric Clapton, or better. He could be Stravinsky. Whatever he is, he's a genius. And a guy got him on my show about. When did Obama get reelected? How long ago was that? 12. Okay, that's when Bob Bell and I were famous. Bob Bell and I, you have to come and see one of our shows. I found another poster of the Ed Tyll, Bob Bell, Low Road to the White House, 2012. That's when we really put our heart and soul into that tour. We did 18 dates. That was a magical year. So that's wow. I can't get over how you fit into this. Here, like I said, I know you. How many shows? Speaking of Howie Carr and blah 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 blah, Barry Farber. How many shows do you call? I love Dan, so I know you call Dan. Who else do you call? Who's like Dan? Some morning guys.
I was calling you, Dan, Rob. I called Susan's show.
Yeah, but what other stations? What other stations do you call?
I was called 740 The Game. It's a sports show in Orlando. I've been thinking of kind of expanding my horizon.
I think you should. Here's what I think you should do. I think you should do exactly. I think you should start inadvertently auditioning for these stations. You be the great caller that the program director says, hey, does anybody know that guy? This has happened a million times in the business. Every discovery, like where somebody says, hey, did you know you were a talk show host? Some guy goes, what are you talking about? And the guy goes, no, seriously, would you go on the air yeah, of course. Where's the air? In there with the microphone. Yeah, just go in there and pretend you and your brother-in-law have a big argument about politics and sports. This has happened a million times. So if you just make guess who got on a show like that? Guess who got a big-time radio show? Big time. Big dude, the household word, that got a show just like that.
Ed Tyll.
Bigger. No. There is no bigger than me. You know what's great about being me now? There's nothing bigger than me because nothing's been around longer than me. I've been on the air 40. Do you know I'm having a 45th on-air anniversary? You will love this. Guess what the anniversary date of 45 years on the air? You better be sitting down. This is incredible. I didn't do this accidental. My anniversary is 1/20/20. Is that insane? My 45th anniversary on 1/20/20. Is that sick? That is the best anniversary number you could ever draw. I should have played the lottery. I did not go to Vietnam by 1 year with the lottery. 1 year. They could have drafted me, had one shot at me. They missed by a mile. By a mile. And it was the end of the war. Nobody wanted to go. So here I am again. 1/20/20 is 45 years on the air. What do you think of that, young man? How would you like to say that? I can give you radio station call letters. I can show you fan mail. I will show you fan mail to the Ed Tyll Show, 1975. Oh, Ed, you're such a refreshing voice here in New Jersey. It's so nice to have you in Long Branch. That was me, baby.
Wow.
19. Yeah,
and you're still rocking and rolling.
Better than ever. I got no ailments except for these. Look, I had surgery. I've never had surgery before. That was the first surgery of my life. And it was to put some bone into my jaw for a tooth. It's really not but I had no idea. They got to cut you open to the bone. So if they cut you open to the bone, you can't go back to work and start yapping in 3 days. You know who yelled at me and was correct? Jeff Dominski. Do you know who Jeff Dominski is of Dominski and Doyle, the great talk radio team?
Who's that?
You need to call their show. But you got to be on your toes. Dominski and Doyle. It's one of the great American radio shows, 25, 30 years on the air. I think they're in Detroit now on KRK. You need to call those boys. You'll drive them nuts, and they will drive you nuts. It'll be a great place for you. All right, so what do you got to go? I hear you disconnecting. I can tell you're not even listening to me. What are you doing over there? What do you got to go? You got to get the Uber? You got to leave?
No, I could still come out and listen to. You wanted me to call in KAK.
I gave you 3, but you got to get back on the telephone. That speaker's no good. But I'm gonna hit me on the 3 I texted you. What was the first one I texted?
Yeah, no, you said about Hillary. With Hillary, I think that I don't know why.
What is wrong? What is wrong with her? Could she drop? What is wrong with? She goes on television again. What is? I mean, it's like me saying I have to go on with the stitches. I have to go. No, you don't. The world will be okay, Ed. We can miss 5 days of Ed Tyll. We could miss Hillary now. Goodbye. Oh, she goes, I love my grandchild. I love my brand new grand. So then shut the F up and go change a effing diaper and be. She can't give it up. She goes, it's like losing a job when you have 66 million recommendation letters. That's her soundbite. 66 million. What is wrong with you? I mean, come on. Go home. It's over. You know, I swear to God, as I'm standing here, again, you're a young man, I will bet you $10 American. Who's on the $10 bills? It's still Hamilton? They're getting rid of it. They're getting Hamilton off. They're getting every racist off the currency. Aunt Jemima is going to be on the 5. That's who I want. If we have to get rid of racist, then I want Aunt Jemima. I want Uncle Ben. They have paid all the dues for people. While everybody else was out there, blah, blah, civil rights, they made money. Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben, and Herman Cain, Godfather Pizza, they all went to work. All right, go ahead. So number 1, Hillary, why would a woman go on TV at this point and go, why would she do that? Well, you're a young man. That's an older woman. Yeah. What's happening? How does that happen?
Well, my thing with Hillary is, and I wasn't a fan of Hillary from the start, I think that she rigged the election. There's plenty of proof out there from the guy that that got killed. They had I mean, him, Donna Brazil.
The guy that got killed. Right, so do you. You believe that. That's worth bringing. Oh, of course she killed the guy. What, do you even know the dude's name? I know the name. I had to live with it for 3 days in the media. What have you heard about the guy that Hillary killed? What do you know about that?
Well, that guy. It's funny, and I don't want to jump too much into that, but it's funny with the guy.
I mean, she killed somebody. I don't want to go into it. Come on. But the thing, so she killed a guy. It was a long time ago. Let me get back to Bernie. Yeah. All right. So back to this now. When she does that, isn't that at least good for your team? That you can use that?
No, it's a disaster. It's a disaster. We want to.
Yeah. But you fire up your team and go, do you see? Yeah. Do you see what they did to us? It was only 4 years ago they did this to us. We have to vote. We have to take them down. Warren is Hillary in disguise. Cory Booker. Say your team has to say every other clown, except you don't have to throw in everybody but Yang and Psycho Girl Williamson. Everybody else is on Hillary's team. They're all acting for Hillary. We have to break the yoke of the Boss Tweed era.
Well, Bernie's not on Hillary's team. That's for damn sure.
But I'm saying that's how you win. You could win by using Hillary's moment to identify everybody but Bernie. That's what you need. Yeah. You need a everybody but Bernie attack. I mean, do you have any hope of winning this, or are you just doing this academically because you agree with him? You got a shot? You have a shot?
Yeah.
You got a shot?
My thing with Hillary is, and I'll get into this. First of all, like I said, she cheated. There's proof of that. Donna Brazil wrote the book. Elizabeth Warren even came out and said the last election was rigged. We'll set the stage there. Those are two high-profile Democrats.
All right, look. All right, so let's go. Oh, you got to go slow. With the word rig, I understand how those people used it, but now you're talking to me. You're a 24-year-old guy. You're trying to do something in America. This word rig, you understand that it's very elastic, like racism. Whatever somebody doesn't like, they call rigged. Now, let me just go slow, because you did get screwed. There's no question you lost. But did you lose? Did you lose legitimately? This is the same. Right. Okay. Well, you got to ask yourself. Hold on. You got to go slow. You really want to win this, right? The Democratic Party is a private organization, correct? They don't belong to the government.
Yeah.
Okay. So if they want to throw anybody out, if they don't want you in, no one can force a private organization. It's in the First Amendment there. You can't force an association on someone. You can't. Right. I have the freedom, pardon me, as an American. It's called freedom of association. I want to have a group. I don't like Rob and Ed. I don't have to let them in. I don't care what you say. Well, they're black. I don't have to let them in. Transgender. You don't have to let them in. You just don't. Now, if you stop every black at the door, then you are guilty. If every black is turned away, you're guilty. Every Irishman is turned away. But you could turn people away. So that's a problem with saying it's rigged. You could say it's rigged, but it's their rules. They're entitled to engineer their club to get the guy they want. No? Yes or no? Just bottom line, yes or no? Are they entitled to do what they want to get the guy or gal they want? Are they?
Well, first of all, then they shouldn't even have voting. If that's the case, then they should just go past, not have primaries, which is what the RNC is doing now with Trump.
That's a very good point. Again, I think you're the best. You ask all the right questions. The answer to that is what? The answer to that is they're entitled to have like a little gauntlet in front of the king. The king wants to see who's the gladiator. So 5 guys go through the gauntlet. And maybe I change my mind. Maybe I love this one. Now I hate this. This is all within what you're doing. Watch the clock on yourself now. It's 5:48. Even though you're never going to get off the ground,
I gotta roll in
you're going to be on the you're going to be on the tarmac 11 o'clock tonight. Yeah, I can tell you right now. 10:55. You're going to be texting somebody. Can you believe I'm still on the tarmac? We're third in line to take off. All right, great job. So, what were the other two topics in 60 seconds? I gave you three. What were the other two?
Well, was Bernie did, and he always does this. Larry David did a hell of a job on Bernie. I mean, he did it last time, and he's great. I mean, he's phenomenal.
Phenomenal, but here's the problem for your guy. What was the message of the bit? That your guy is grouchy and dour. So
everybody knows that. Though.
Well, yeah, but what are you going to do? Wait, whoa! You got to show that there's an inside to the Oreo cookie. You got to open the cookie and go, oh, well, that's just the exterior. Deep down. But here's the thing, right? You got to watch out. I'll let you go on this one because this is all about you. You could have 60 seconds to respond. You got to watch out that your guy and his point of view and even his Larry David caricature are all telegraphing a negativity that I'm the only answer because it sucks. Right. Gotta watch out. Right. I'm the only answer because it sucks. See, if a guy comes along and goes, if Ronald Reagan type comes around, says, I see a shining city on a hill. I see people making money. I see happy babies and long-living grandmas and no divorce. And no abortion, and no stabbings, and this and that, because everybody's afraid to break the law again. The sheriff will shoot everybody if they break the law. Now we stop shooting people in the street. Now we start running around with the random violence. Why? Because the new guy is shooting everybody on sight. Yeah. So, it's too authoritarian. Yeah. Not really. Not really. So that's what I would leave you with. You don't want to be the guy who says, oh, the whole thing sucks. You better go with me. How do you avoid that? How do you have a positive dream from Bernie's vision for America? Go ahead. Give it to me in 60, 90 seconds, nonstop. Then you got to go.
Right. Well, I'll tell you this. First of all, I've heard enough from politicians with all these rosy language, such as Reagan. Barack Obama hit us with so much rosy language, they thought he was Jesus Christ. He came in there, didn't do anything, had a supermajority Democrats for his first 2 years, Senate, House, and presidency, nothing. Right-wing health care plan, Obamacare. Couldn't get Medicare for all done. Was a sellout to the insurance companies. We need to get somebody that goes in there and tells the truth. I don't give a damn if he's grouchy, not grouchy, happy, not happy. Bernie goes in there and tells it like it is, just like everybody says Trump does. If we get another president like Bernie Sanders, who I know you don't agree with it, he tells it like it is, let's put his policies in place, and I believe that America will do better. Ed, I'm going to try to give you a call when I get to the airport, but I got to roll. James might be calling in. He's been dying to talk football with you. He keeps asking me to call in. I said, just give him a call, James. Just give him a call.
No, it's all good. Look, you know what? If he's available, I'm happy to do it. Always good to talk with you. All right, so take it easy. Be careful out there. All right. And
all right, thanks, Ed.
What'd you say?
Appreciate you.
I want to tell you about the coolest cat I know. Yeah. They call him Ed Tyll. Groovy. You guys ready for some polysyllabic pontification? Come on, everybody to the Ed Tyll. Yeah, the Ed Tyll Show. Oh yeah. You may not like what he has to say, that Ed Tyll. Oh no. But he's gonna say it to you anyway. He's got the sharpest tongue in this whole damn town. Ed Tyll, he's the baddest cat around. Meow. If you catch my drift. Are we copacetic here? Come on, everybody. Come on, everybody to the show. To the show. The Ed Tyll Show. Ed Till's got all the news and storylines, talking about all the main events. He's just a voice in the wilderness. Don't make no sense. Yeah, so come on, everybody, to the Ed Tyll way of thinking. Cause he never searches for middle ground. My man Ed don't sit on no fence. He's sorting facts with a razor's edge. And that, my friend, can be mightily intense. He's more than just a voice on the radio, sending out the truth to those who don't know. Man, if you can't see the world out there, you better watch out.
I just missed that call, dude. All right. It's coming in, baby.
Hey, Ed, how are you?
Dude, is it James?
Yeah, how are you doing?
Oh, it's great to hear your voice, dude. Here we are in the middle of a football day. This is terrific. I don't even look yet. I've been busy. How's the jet situation today? What happened?
They're off this week. They're on a bye.
Oh, thank God. All right, so it's one of those weeks where nothing bad can happen because they didn't play. All right, good. So first off, who doesn't want to ask you this? You're the guy to ask. I love watching what's going on with Antonio Brown. It's, it goes all the way back to Namath, disrupting the league when I was a kid. I love this. He's one of the best ever. But now there's the we don't like him crowd. What kind of sports fan are you? Are you the kind of sports fan that goes, you know something, I judge these guys, and I don't want some freaking lunatic, maniac. I want an athlete that... Or do you say, I don't care if he eats dirt instead of food. I don't care if he runs around on four legs and has a tail. Doesn't matter to me. I love the dude. How do you feel about Antonio Brown?
I think some distractions is okay, like little distractions like Chad Johnson, for example, when he was in Cincinnati. I thought that was okay. But I think Antonio Brown has had so many chances, gone so over the line when you look at it. He basically forced his way out of Oakland being so ridiculous. I mean, they gave him every chance in the book. I mean, your behavior is so bizarre, so out of control that teams have no choice but to cut you. You look how he treated Mike Tomlin. You look how he treated the organization. Then you looked at Oakland where they gave him $30 million guaranteed, and then he went and basically admitted he never wanted to play for him and caused all kinds of chaos. Then he gets another chance with New England, and all he has to do is stay off Twitter, not behave, and not text, and instead he sends a threatening text message to one of the witnesses. I mean, I think to me, he's just a bad guy, and he needs to go.
All right. So hold on. Before we hold on.
And almost hit somebody.
All right.
Sexual harassment. I mean.
All right. No, I hear you. I hear you, but I want to submit something on his behalf, okay? Let me just submit this to you, and then you tell me if it should be weighed in your decision about it. Because you did conclude, I jumped in where you said, he's a bad guy. He's been getting a lot of chances, and all he was told not to tweet, and then he tweets aggressively and threateningly, and that's way beyond the line. Did I hear you correctly? I want to make sure I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So now I want to throw something in, and I want to ask you, okay. Is this, stand back now, take it easy, don't go off, but I want to say it. I want to say it out loud because it needs to be said. Is the NFL still the plantation mentality like I found in radio? This is the show we want you to do. This is how we behave around here. Now that you're in Pittsburgh, now that you're in Ohio, now that you're in Nebraska, maybe you don't know how, we're not like the rest of the world. This is how we are, and we do this, and I'm a god, and I don't know who you're talking to here, but this is the Oakland Raiders, and maybe you don't know us, we're the Pittsburgh Steelers. We have rings without you, and maybe you don't know us, we're the Patriots, and I'm the living god of everything, and I'm more than so you do what I tell you when I tell. And then somebody says, you can suck the biggest dick that you can find, you worthless piece of crap. You have no game without me. Eat it, suck it, do what you need to do. But now I hate you. I will play with someone who loves me. And
But they've given him every chance.
Maybe they're all dog shit. Maybe they suck. Maybe he's better than them all. Maybe they're not goddamn, maybe they're not goddamn Superman. Maybe Belichick's not a god. Maybe Brady is the one who knows. Brady was emotionally attached to getting him. Brady wanted him for the right reason. So when Brady was asked how he felt about it, Brady went inside, took a big dump, had himself a smoothie, and didn't tell how he felt. He said something cryptic and shut up. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's still the goddamn owners and the goddamn slave owners using the athletic prowess of dumb kids who come up with very little education. And sports is not for smart kids. Smart kids don't need concussions to make money. Only dumbasses do. It's lucky dumbasses who are good at throwing balls and hoops and So again, I want to submit that as my brief for everybody in organized business sport. You don't have an NFL unless I'm born and come to you. And you could all day tell me you own the stadium, and I can all day take a big, fat, diuretic crap in your face. I could shit right in your face. And then when I play, the stadium fills, and when you talk,
but it doesn't work like that in the NFL.
Shit, but it's still
it doesn't matter.
Whatever. Fight for the truth. It's true. Fight for the truth.
Not.
It
NFL
is true. What?
Not.
You
no,
tell me.
It's not.
Right, tell me
the
why.
NFL
Right,
is
tell me
not,
why. Tell me why. Go ahead. You
the
tell me
NFL is not a individual-centric league. It's a brand and the team that like people can change.
Yes.
I mean.
Yes,
and the
correct.
fact is,
you're
unlike
correct.
basketball,
I'm going to submit to you what makes my point is the parody when the NFL sucks every time it does. Every couple of seasons, the NFL sucks ass because it has every document, every manager, every piece of shit that ever owned a fucking team is satisfied. Every goddamn stadium maintenance guy is satisfied, and fuck them all. Without the goddamn fucking quarterback and the fucking reception in the end zone, it's dog shit, it's empty, it's soil and wood, it's empty shit, it's
the most popular game, and you don't need, and the players
it's
can
only
be
popular because of him. You don't have, who made it popular? Not dog shit assholes to drop the ball, not pieces of shit lazy motherfuckers with no talent. The fucking top of the game. Jerry Rice made the game. Not everybody on the 49ers. Nobody gives a shit who else is on the 49ers when they catch that fucking pass. Come on, man.
That's not true. They go to the game.
Whatever. You know, look, I understand. I understand your point because it's
not like the NBA where if you lose
it's like
LeBron.
Everything. It's like everything. No, everything is like
not.
Everything
it's totally different.
It's the same.
Ratings and sales go up. Doesn't matter who's playing. The only time in the NBA is more an individual-centric model with stars. You think they don't care about Antonio Brown? They don't need him. They were popular before Antonio Brown. They'll be popular after Antonio Brown.
Well, that's what I'm saying. See, that's now at least I have to say, you and Rob must have made good roommates because you have precisely. I mean, I was playing devil's advocate with you. I hope you understand that. But I've lived it. See, I've been in the room. I know every worthless piece of shit owner in this country, in sports, in everything. They are worthless pieces of shit. They don't give a fuck about fans or touch. They don't give a fuck about anything. They need to be fought with knives to their fucking jugular because they are worthless pieces of predator shit using the beautiful athletic prowess of these amazing athletes. These are amazing athletes without which they would have nothing. They would have no logos. There would be no patched a pirate on anything. So how would they live with these guys? Say these guys had real power. Let's say Brady and Antonio Brown forced down the throat of Belichick and the whole organization the marriage. I think it's a better world. You like the world we have now? Oh, go ahead. Tell me why. Tell me why this is better. I want to hear why this is better. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, you're basically saying if you allow Brown to play, that you could basically sexually harass women, treat everybody like crap, and be an egomaniac, throw every teammate you met under the bus, and not have any consequences. The NFL is about two things: winning and making money. That's what it's about. The fact of the matter is, the Steelers weren't going to with Antonio Brown, and he was such a detrimental cancer that they got rid of him. The Raiders then gave him another chance, gave him $30 million guaranteed. He didn't even want to play for him, acted up so much that they eventually got rid of him. And then finally after that,
right,
the Patriots gave him a chance, and they say, we're going to give you a clean slate.
Right.
All you can't, and he didn't tell them, by the way, that he was being sexually investigated for another sexual assault, sexual harassment. And what does he do? He goes and tweets a threatening text to his accuser and their family with his lawyer.
Did you read the text? I did.
Yeah.
I didn't. Well, why can't he be right? Why can't they be lying, parasitic pieces of shit that are using their shit against him, and he's had it? What's wrong? I don't understand why every fucking goddamn claim against these people is believed. You and I weren't there, so what happened? She's fucking right? You and I don't know shit, and she's right? Suck that. Suck that in Macy's fucking window. This world is bullshit. I get what you're saying. I've lived many of these experiences. I'll tell you a point of reference, not a long story, but I'm very close to a certain NBA coach. Over 2 years, I sat next to the bench because of my broadcast seat, and I really got to know what goes on. And I will tell you, the world of the player has always been the owned piece of. It's like old Hollywood. It's like old.
It's not like that in the NBA. It's not like that in the NBA. Players run the NBA. It's not that kind of mentality in the NBA. Players run the league. You have two different business models. The only players that have any power in the NFL are quarterbacks. People like Brady, Mahomes, Russell Wilson, they're the only ones that have power. Everything else is interchangeable. In the NBA, though, individual stars matter. Look at how bad the league was after Jordan left and before LeBron came. Look what happened in the playoff ratings without LeBron last year. They were down dramatically.
Well, now I think this makes my point. This is my original point. Okay, so maybe you and I agree.
But it means why you can't be a jerk.
Why? What are you talking about? Would you show me what element of the human race is not a fucking worthless piece of raping, incest bullshit? It's every fucking.
First of all, there are plenty of NFL
every fucking priest in this fucking country, every fucking scout leader. Who are we fucking kidding? God damn this bullshit. I am so sick of this moral fucking high ground. Everybody's been doing this shit. It's on every fucking channel, at every fucking age. Enough. He's not, look, he's accused.
Julio Jones isn't doing it.
He's
DeAndre Hopkins isn't doing it. Larry Fitzgerald never did it.
You know, this is why I love you and Rob. This is what's so good. You guys are really fresh going into this world. Under oath right now, if somebody hasn't been called on something, under oath, does it mean they didn't do it? No. And we know this now. Anybody, this current pope could have raped fucking children and come all over their fucking ass, and we won't know it. So nonsense to the idea that there is a moral code. And all that matters, I will submit to you, you check me out in the next 30 years of your life. Let's see how this goes. The only things that should matter, it turns out, are the things that are proved conclusively. Whether it's the Central Park Five, OJ, the fucking Rosenbergs, or Cain and Abel. The idea of, I didn't do it, and they said I did it, and they got me for it, and blah, 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 is going to continue. This idea that we're going to get, you're with the Belichick crowd now. We expect a moral count. Go fucking suck a dick. What you
Julio Jones doesn't have a problem.
If I catch the fucking ball, shut the fuck up. Because I don't get to go to your house. I don't get to
sexually beat people, sexually harass people, beat people up. I mean,
you got to prove it. You got to prove it, just like you got to do in court. Talk is cheap. Videos are cheap.
Here's the thing, though.
Yeah, go ahead.
You are a business person. He is under obligation. He is under obligation to behave and to be productive to the team.
I love this. Yeah, I love this. What kind of? How would you? Okay. How would you describe that obligation to him. You sit him down in a room and you go, look, I'm your new manager as of today. Let me explain your obligation before I take over your case here. I am willing to help you, whatever, but you need to know what your obligation. How would you tell him what his obligation is? I would love to hear that.
Well, first of all, he cannot throw furniture out of a mansion and
well, I don't understand. Okay, so time out. So we're going to go one at a time. Why not? Johnny Depp, Led Zeppelin, fucking Placido Domingo. What the fuck? Isn't that exactly what 1% of all stars do? Isn't that precisely what the top 1% always...
No.
Really?
Not
okay, I'm listening.
No, because you look at most of the NFL players, they don't act like that.
I said the 1%. 1%. Just the 1%. I'm talking about the apex. Did Namath party?
No, 1% people.
Namath.
Julio Jones, DeAndre Hopkins are 1% people. They don't act like that. Even T.O. wasn't that bad, where he never got in trouble for sexual harassment, never had a problem off the field. Even Terrell Owens was never suspended by the league or threatened with a suspension. He was just a pain in the ass. Brown's gone over the line. If you're under investigation, you don't harass the witness.
Let me ask you. So let me.
You could go to jail for that.
You keep using this, but so I want to just clarify it. I'm not trying to contradict you or change your mind.
Well, I got to go in 5 minutes.
All right. So let me just nail this point, and then we will be done. Do you then, you're this young generation, you're inclined to see these accusations as his burden to carry until he clears himself in front of you? From your vantage point, there's several allegations. This is his burden. I'm asking you, you're a sports lover. Who's got the burden here? He's got 4 allegations on whose burden? Whose burden is that?
Well, here's the thing. It's a combination of that, but also for the fact that he's such a piece of crap and he's such a cancer that as a result, people aren't going to take a chance on him. He blew his bridge with the Steelers. He didn't show up with Oakland and he threatened to punch the general manager. If I threatened to punch my boss, I'd get fired. It's no racist thing to do. You can't threaten to punch the general manager, your boss, or you get fired. You're an employee of the team. The GM's
okay. I mean, I understand. I think we could agree to disagree. Exactly. That's my whole premise.
It's a combination of both his off-field legal behavior, off-the-field legal issues, and his behavior and not having to do with football. That is why he's currently unemployed. Both of those in conjunction.
Right. No, absolutely. I think under those criteria, absolutely. All right. Quickly, what other new football stories were on your radar? You can list them because you have to go quickly. But what other games, transactions, players were you watching today?
Both had survived. The Pats' defense looked really good, held the Bills to 10 points, but they only scored 16, and 7 was on a punt block. And let's be honest, the Bills don't have good quarterback play. Josh Allen had 3 picks. He got injured, and then Barkley came in through a pick. I mean, the Patriots were lucky to win. Their defense is very good. There's no question. Along with the Bears, it's probably the best in the NFL, top 2 or 3. But their offense is struggling. Without Brown, without Gronkowski, this is not an explosive offense. Remember, they only got 9 points offensively. Special teams got a touchdown. Brady was 18-39 for 150 yards and a pick. And again, even against the Dolphins, they scored less than 30 points, and the Jets, they only got 23. Their defense is contributing for them and their special teams, but their offense has been a little lethargic this year, but they're still a Super Bowl contender. The Chiefs survived thanks to a 4th and 8 scramble by Mahomes and a 100-yard fumble return for a touchdown. And the Browns came in and just clocked the Ravens 40-25. The Ravens had a garbage time touchdown to make it look closer, but
wow.
I mean, the impressive win by the Browns.
Wow.
So those are
That's big. I'm going to have to text my Browns fans, buddies. All right, good job.
They're going to win the division.
Mahomes, a big deal again, because I'm watching him. Like, I'm still waiting to see this guy, dominate. Is he going to dominate, or is it going to be he's going to be an upper middle class quarterback?
No, Mahomes is the real deal. He's the number 1 quarterback in the future. Breeze is done. Roethlisberger's basically done. Brady's is still good. But besides him, you've got Wentz, Watson, although I don't know if with his O-line he'll survive, and Dak and Goff. But Mahomes is clearly the best quarterback in the league.
All right, so saying that, what do you expect from him? How old is he? Real fast. I know you got to run.
24.
Oh, okay. So what do you expect? He's got 6 years, I guess.
He's going to be MVP again.
Well, I never care about trophies. I'm talking about winning championships. How many Super Bowls will this guy?
I think he'll win 3 at least, maybe 4. I mean, the only reason he didn't win the Super Bowl last year is because his idiot defensive lineman D Ford went offside. Otherwise,
well, the old expression. The old expression is don't be that close that a mistake loses it for you, because then you weren't really winning. You were skating in there.
No, he was winning. He did his job last year. Look at the rest of the team.
Look,
he's the only quarterback that could force Belichick's defense.
Listen,
he put up 30 and 40 against him.
James, you're terrific. Look, as an employee, he's fantastic. The only thing this owner cares about is how many Super Bowls. And if you tell me 3, I will love that. How soon is the first one coming? Could he be in it and win it this year? Yes or no?
He's going to be at least in the AFC title game, if not the Super Bowl. There's no one else right now in the foreseeable future that can touch him.
Well, he has to go through New England, right?
I mean, their offense.
That would be his apex. His toughest challenge would always be he's AFC, right? Kansas City's AFC, right?
Yeah, he is.
So he's got to go.
He played tough games. He went to Detroit, who's decent, and he beat them, led them to victory, beat a tough Baltimore team at home, and he did it without Tyreek Hill and his top running back and his left tackle. I mean, he played really well.
I love him. I don't know how long can he do without getting hurt badly. How long can he get away with this no-look pass? I think that's the badass thing in America.
He's a great coach, and he has so many weapons. He could do it. I got to go. Okay,
all right, you got it, baby. All right, great job. Take it easy. Bye. Wow, look at James kicking it today, man. That was awesome. Wow, fantastic. I got a little. Look, I'm gonna say it. It's still the man. Oh, we own the stadium. Go fuck yourself, you and your fucking stadium. Fuck you and every fucking nickel of invested fucking money. May you get cancer and die if you need to give me a fucking hard time. You want to fucking help me? You want to encourage? You want to join me? Then let's go to the fucking moon. But if you have your own agenda, go fuck yourself, and may your building fucking burn to the ground. May your employees beat the shit out of you and sell everything you fucking own. Yeah, there is still. Look, it's a mentality. It's just a mentality where you take your people get money and they go, well, look at all this money I have. I must be smarter. Then somebody else tries to get some money and they go, wow, how could this guy just walk in and because he's so good at what he does, get this money? I got this money from doing dog shit, sitting behind a desk, pretending, buying stadiums, measuring seats, pricing drinks. You worthless parasitic shitbag. There is no fucking game. We don't want your fucking popcorn unless this son of a bitch can make miracles happen out there. Unless I can go crazy with joy over this guy, I hope you fucking drop dead. You and your fucking helicopter, you and your fucking executive offices, you're a cancer on the fucking society. You're totally replaceable by some piece of shit that knows he's just a fucking... you're the structure, dude. You are not the people in the building. You're an empty office building. You're an empty stadium. You are a stadium. You are an object. That's what you do. It's your job. Somebody's going to build a fucking road. Somebody else drives the race car. You're the road. Just be happy being the fucking concrete, okay? Just stay where you belong. Get the fuck out of the idea that you were contributed to the touchdown. You own the fucking team. You didn't make one touchdown. You have nothing to do. They would make these touchdowns without you in their back fucking yard. Over their mother's clothesline. You stupid, ignorant, fucking small-minded piece of nerdy shit. Go away and die. You are not capitalism. You are not this idea that you're the owner and you have something to fucking say about how they play the violin, how they hit the fucking ball. You know, it's like the owner of a porn studio telling some gay guy how to suck another guy's dick. You don't know anything about that. Shut the fuck up and go count your fucking money. Nobody wants to hear from you unless it's congratulations, we're doing a great fucking job. You don't have anything to say. Who gives a shit what you know? Has nothing to do with what we do. We don't want to know what you know. We want to know you can keep the fucking bathrooms fucking clean. Don't even get me started on that bullshit. Right. $75 for a fucking hamburger. A guy takes a shit on the fucking bathroom floor. You can go fuck yourself, okay? Your fucking cheeseburger's not worth $75 if people are shitting on the fucking floor. Clean your fucking place. Okay? Use your goddamn fucking surveillance cameras to catch some fucking drunk fucking fan shitting on the fucking floor. You dumbass. That's your fucking job. Keeping the fucking bathroom clean is the owner of the team's fucking job. Oh, my God. Is my face going to hurt tomorrow or what? All right, so the kid, they're both terrific. First of all, this guy, James, he's another find. Broadcasting used to give these guys jobs once upon a time. When I was a young broadcaster, you found two dudes like this. They were on the air. The guy knows everything about sports, and as you can tell right there, he's extremely well-versed and opinionated. Knows what he's talking about, says what he thinks, and doesn't hold back. Neither of them do. Society, this is all we have. When I was a young boy, this was few and far between, and I would have thought that by now, is that right? Yeah, that's what I would have thought. I would have thought for uh-oh. My God. Ring it again here. Oh, boy. Come on, answer the goddamn phone, son of a bitch. What? I can't stand the way that phone answers, man. We got to fix that. Did you catch your boy? What a kick-ass segment, man. Were you listening?
Hello, hi, Ed. This is Lon. How you doing?
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought this was Rob calling back. I'm sorry. Who?
No, this is Lon, Rob's friend.
Very
and
nice.
He asked me.
Very
yes,
nice.
He asked me to give you a call.
Yeah,
how you doing tonight?
I am doing great. How are you doing tonight? Nice of you to call.
Well, you know what? I've been wanting to talk to you because I heard a segment that you did a few weeks ago, and you talked about the person that started the terrible towel for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Myron, his name is Myron Cope, C-O-P-E, yes.
Yes, Myron Cope on Sports was his program. Now, you shared an office with him. Was that WTAE?
It was.
Pittsburgh?
It's a great question. His office was, in fact, the studio. They took an office. Yeah, they took a full. He had bookcases. He had one of those desks. I used to tell him all the time. He looked like George Will. He had a nice desk, old school, a nice lamp, a nice pictures, all these things. But then when you turned 180 degrees in his desk chair, you were then facing the control board. And then a pane of glass, and on the other side was your call screener and your producer. So when they brought me in to do the show, he was working at his desk, and they were saying, he won't be in the room when you're on, but you will be in his office, so, be careful, don't disturb. And he was, Ed, how do you do? He jumps up, very gregarious guy, welcomed me there. But that was my job, to broadcast in his office, his studio, on WTAE in the evening.
Yeah, what an honor that had to be for you, because he was like a god in Pittsburgh. I'm from Pittsburgh, okay? And I happened to be there at a time when the Steelers were in their heyday, and I got to meet Myron Cope several times. because of the kind of work I did. And he was a little guy. He was a small guy.
Oh yeah, I was for anybody to be for me to be taller than them. I'm only 5'7". So I was like, oh yeah, same thing. You know, he's a legend, and all over the building on the way in, there's pictures of him in the lobby. You know, then you get in there, you go, hey, you know, very non-threatening presence. He doesn't intimidate you. He befriends you immediately.
Absolutely, and I still have a terrible towel, by the way.